Chapter 11. In the Gloves of Death. Miriam and James were lost entirely. Darkness surrounded them everywhere. A few monsters had chased them, but they had managed to escape. They were both scared, even though they were armed. Fighting with several monsters at the same time would mean their death. Wandering in the dark could be very dangerous. They arrived at the corridor, the glass wall of which revealed a breathtaking landscape. I use this pipe often because it's give me more strength to talk. I mean, I can barely say one sentence at a time, but whatever. All kinds of underwater life were swimming there. They hadn't even realized its beauty, which was a pity. James couldn't walk anymore, but sunk to his knees by the window, and Miriam sat beside him. They no longer remembered when they had eaten. They were both at the end and knew they would die in the most horrific ways, if not slaughtered by monsters, then from hunger and thirst. Even fear alone could kill in this case. I just can't take it anymore, Mom. This nightmare never ends. Stay strong, James. We must not give up. But all hope for salvation is gone, and only a miracle can save us. Our faith in God is being tested, and I'm not sure I believe anymore. Don't talk like that, my son, Miriam said gloomily, tears flowing from her eyes. Melancholy and despair raised their heads in these terrible moments that foretold death in the dark. We are alone, surrounded by horrors. But you will find your father yet, little darling. Miriam tried to hug her son, but he pushed his father aside quite roughly. James was going crazy. Stop it! You're not saving me. Come get me, devils. Well, we are coming, came the answer from the darkness. The crowd of monsters came and took them away. No! Screamed the mother. Take me, Satan! Screamed the son, as if in some kind of hypnosis. The monster did snatch them up, but not the ones they thought. You won't die, don't worry. I'm not that dramatic voice. I mean, like You won't die, don't worry, I'm Al-Guriel, James was told. Al-Guriel carried him so they could move faster. There are all kind of monsters here, said Ramakton. Isn't Satan taking me? Asked James in amazement. If necessary, I can be worse than Satan, said Ramakton sarcastically. Stop it, father. Stop it, father, said Astrael. Miriam was already unconscious, but James stayed conscious despite his fear. They saved us. They saved. James reassured himself as he shocked as he shook off thoughts of the devil from his mind. This place might feel like Satan's creation, but it was meant to be anything but hell. An hour later, Miriam and James were brought into the dining room-like room with one still functioning food automata. Or automaton, I'm not sure which one was the correct, but anyway. At least automata was in one movie. Correct term, but whatever. Ramakton laid Miriam on the floor and Al-Guriel let James go to his mother. Now you are safe. Your female companion is fine. She just got scared of us, which is of course quite natural. You were talking nonsense, but apparently you have calmed down now, young man, said Al-Guriel, still in her monster form. You could see from James' eyes that he didn't trust his rescuers and didn't really fear them either. You're quite a brave boy. I thought humans would be terribly afraid of me, said Ramakton, disappointed in himself. His father had taught James that fear would be the smartest to hide in scary situations. Monsters often relied on humans to show their fear. He hid it very well, but actually he was scared as hell. We are dying of hunger and thirst. But you haven't saved us, monsters. Go away and let me and my mother die in peace. Don't worry, you will get food from that machine, said Astrael, pointed to the wall. Then chapter 12, Daniel the Savior. Starting Uh, chapter 12, Daniel the Savior. Daniel fought against the three monsters with two swords. Their serpentine apprentice got a beating, but I don't know how to say that. When they tried to spit black stuff at him, the sword in his iron hand split each in half. The prototype of the robot hand offered such a powerful impact force that it multiplied the power with which a risky warrior would strike with a two-handed sword. The monsters were no match for him. This time there were a lot of them. He threw the sword like a spear into the head of one slime monster, killing it instantly. He seems to dance among the monsters. His hand went in a protection mode and shot a few monsters with the laser. Then the wingers turned into gun barrels, and the blue particle ammunition flew out of them, causing the target to explode into 1,000 pieces when hit. 30-bearded pirates fought tightly in groups of 4, separate from Daniel. They had recently lost one good fighter from their ranks, David Gunpowder Barrel. I didn't like that name anyway, so bye-bye. They could no longer afford to lose anymore. Now Daniel came to save them, even though he didn't think he minded much that one of the pirates had just been killed, nor that they would all have experienced the same fate. Daniel killed the last monster by chopping off its head with the sword in his titanium-made robot hand. Now when he looked at the sword, it was old. He would need a much more durable sword. No one knew how to make such one in this era. This was future technology. Again you saved us, Daniel, even though you could have let them kill us all, said Dirtybeard. I could have, but I need auxiliary forces and company. Even though nothing senses that you are wild pirates. I don't trust you, but I still need your help, Daniel said. However, by Rom, you didn't save Gunpowder Barrel, said Rambear. You are nevertheless a great fighter, Daniel. Thank you for saving us, said Bullet Skull. Without this hand and its tactical power at once, I wouldn't have been able to save even myself. If this horrible place did anything good, it at least offered me this unique weapon. With this, one man could win wars. We better find the working foot automaton, reminded Shorthand. Daniel, lead the way, and we will follow. Hardly any of us offers others would be fit to lead. I even admit that you are an even more powerful leader than me. I'm just this pegleg, said Dirty Beard. You are now too harsh on yourself, Adam. You have kept your 6 men alive for 7 years in just hell. Not many would have been able to do that, said Daniel as they continued their journey. But not those 17 others. They passed the butchered bodies of killed monsters, of which there were 22. There would still be many times more for them to find and kill if they wanted to act like that. Or they could fortify themselves again next to other food automaton. But Daniel would never be such a coward. All fear of horrors had disappeared from him along the way, mainly thanks to his robot hand. Although he had already spent almost 5 days in Octorania 1, there would still be plenty to explore. He had only seen half of the flying future city laboratory that could fly through time. So Octorania is like a flying city laboratory ship, basically. And probably it could still be started up, but Daniel wouldn't be the right man for such a task. Alright, and then going to chapter 13, Neromorphtus Sapiens. So now you will find out that it's not only just about the mermaids and the monsters. There is also something else. Octorania was built in a distant future in the 2300 by the new species created by mankind, which eventually brought its creators to extinction. In their own stupidity, humans created something they didn't even understand. These laboratory created creatures were released and brought the world to its knees instantly. They were named Neromorphtus Sapiens. The name was shortened to Neros. So the Neros it's later I use that more than that Neromorphus sapiens. Because the word Nero is actually in Finnish. In Finnish it means like very smart person, like super smart or something like that. Their skin color was purple. For some it could be cobalt blue, green or violet. Sadly I took their color from Avatar, but the yellow would be more different. But anyway, can't sense it anymore. The leader of Neromorphus sapiens took the name Morptus in 2303. His brain was fitted with smart chip that enabled thinking more advanced than humans. Man created superior intelligence to himself, leading the proliferation of new innovative technology. Scientists actually wanted to create successor for themselves, but not some war crazy mutant race. Isaac Eisenberg was the leading scientist who played a major role in the creation of the new race. The first generation of Neros began in 2273. And this very small generation had to live in a prison after numerous failed experiments. They were not given freedom even though it was promised. The curiosity of the scientists had no limits. There was always more and more to explore. There had no end in sight for the experiments. Gradually, the Neros rose up against humans bloodily. In 2303, Morptus decided to take power from humans himself. Otherwise, the Earth would not have survived. It was Morptus who invented time travel technology in 2311. It enabled travel to any desired time in Earth's history. It opened the possibility for Neros to change history. But because they were very intelligent, they would not use it for evil purposes. If Homo sapiens had survived the destruction, their hands on technology would have led to catastrophic outcomes. The destruction of mankind was no solely due to the Neros, but numerous new deadly viruses caused significant damage to the population. However, Neromorphous sapiens were still humans. The future of humans. Neros had no diseases, and even radioactive radiation did not kill them. They could move around contaminated areas without soaking to death, and it provided tactical advance in eliminating the enemy. As the situation turned in favor of the Neros in 2304, Morptus struck the decisive blow. Humans were mercilessly killed in achieve sustainable peace. Neros would never find among themselves. Isaac Eisenberg was believed to have died at Morptus' hands, but it could never be proven. Some Homo sapiens prisoners were spared for later use and frozen. By 2319, projects were abandoned and declared unsuccessful. Time travel opened a whole new way of continuing research. Neros no longer had to fear that Homo sapiens would ruin everything. Time travel always included the risk that someone from the past could attack. 2351. The year 2351 is the far future. The future Earth was very different than the people of the 1900s and 2000s imagined, or however I say those. But nature had not been destroyed, but had risen to its new bloom. The central city area covenanted by Morptus is called Akatamoris, and its population is 100 million. No, 1 million, not 100 million. Who would have that big city? Not even aliens. Now it's time to send a group to Octorania 1, said Morptus, leader of the Neros. I wonder if that's smart. Haven't we made contact? It has been temporary there for 156 years. From 1593 to 1748, said his personal protector robot KGX 288. What was special about that time? Oh yes, the era of pirates. Yes, Morptus, indeed, pirates. In that time, I could have visited myself. It's pity that there are no humans left. Our only way is to intrude into the past to learn more about them. Octorania 1 has been silent so long that no one there can be alive. Everything has gone so well with Octorania 2, 3, 4, and 5. Gate asks, how are our precious projects doing today? Just downloaded data shows good results. There have been no problems with dinosaur on Octorania 5. With dinosaurs. Oh yeah. Everything is going as planned. Selected individuals, one Megaraptor, Namun Kui, 3 Velociraptors, and 1 Tyrannosaurus Rex are ready to be delivered here in the coming days. Octorania 3 was attacked by Nazis in 1943, and there were difficulties keeping our operations secret. This was the only bad news. Octorania 2 has successfully traveled in time to the year 276. Maintenance work on Octorania 4 is ongoing and will be ready to depart at the earliest next month. Good, it's almost in schedule. The previous trip in 2050 was too tough for Octorania 4. What about Octorania 6? There were still Octorania ships 7 to 10, but they were currently empty and in a year of 2351. Octorania 7, 8, 9, and 10 would be for space use. Earth's colorful history would still have much to explore, so space would have to wait. Octorania 6 is with Neanderthal humans in the year. Now there was a temporary disturbance. Never mind, I don't need to know that year. Humans were primitive and stupid species then. Development was extremely slow. However, I won't change history in these respects. The human instinct for war was the most stupid thing, and self-destruction. Sorry to interruption, Mortus, but time travel team 6 is ready under my... I mean, not that robot, but Scamiras, like a... Sorry for the interruption, Mortus, but time travel team 6 is ready under my command to step in the time portal. I will start its activation procedures immediately. With your permission, of course, announced the female Nero named Scamiras. You have forgiven Scamiras. It's just the good news. Permission granted. Where were we? KGX-288. There is nothing else to report at this time, so this would be a good opportunity to recharge my batteries. Call when you need me again. Go ahead, KGX. The time portal to the year 1748 had been activated 5 minutes ago, and the time travel team had stepped through it under Scamira's leadership. Now they arrived at the Octorania 1's portal chamber. The journey took 4 minutes. It was a short time compared to Octorania 5, from which traveled through the time portal to the year 2351. Would take an hour and 42 minutes. The portal would have to remain open all the time, or the traveler would be left in a time vacuum that would cause the body to explode. That risk would always exist. The trip to the year 1748 was a child's play compared to it, and had gone entirely without problems. Time Travel Team 6 has arrived at the destination, announced Scamiras. Understood. Akatamori's headquarters acknowledges, was soon announced in response. Describe what it looks like there, said Morptus. Octorania 1 seems to be still in good condition, but lighting is weak and no light is visible from windows, reported Scamiras. Others were not allowed to speak. Her team consisted of 5 of other members. That's a bit odd, because it should be midday and not night. From that I could conclude that it hasn't been in the sky for a long time. Yes, Octorania is still in a sleeping mode, and not floating in the air. Something here has gone badly wrong. There is only one option: at the bottom of the sea. There are old skeletons wearing Quarter Corporation uniforms. I estimate that they were killed when we lost contact with them. They have been slaughtered, and it must have happened quickly. I can't tell right away what dropped Octorania from the sky. I will continue investigations, Scamiras explained. I could have guessed that they are dead, otherwise Octorania 1 would have returned home. You need to find out if you can. Get it to rise to the sky again. and opened a large time portal. I hope Octorania 1 can be returned. That is our main goal. It's strange that someone has able to attack us then. Someone was able to attack us then. Our operations are always secret. At that time, no one had technology at their disposal that could sink such a large ship. I could start this ship and raise it to the surface. Yes, do so. I will establish a new portal sound connection. In 2 hours. Be careful. We don't know what is going on there. If you don't remember, Morptus, we have the best weapons with us. Weapons don't always suffice. But rather with weapons than without. Oh, and let's go to the chapter 14. The power of Tramacton. Let's see. Daniel approaches an area that had just been pushing with monsters. Now it was empty. However, he sensed some danger present. He was still determining what to expect from the encountering Tramacton. But nothing good would follow. Tramacton, I'm here, said Daniel, stepping in the view. Daniel, I have heard about you. I didn't expect you to look forward to our meeting so much. I didn't. I just wanted to see my wife and son alive. Where are they? They are not here, Daniel. I'm sorry. I always mix the voices because it's so damn difficult. I mean, because I put the Tramacton voice when it was supposed to be Alcourier voice, so it's so damn hard. But anyway, I'm not the professional. This is just the amateur stuff. Amateur video. Anyway. They are not here, Daniel. I'm sorry, Alcourier replied. Sorry. First you leave me to die and now you tell me my family is not here. Tell me right away what happened to them, Daniel demanded. They are safe from you, Daniel, and from you too, father. Don't be so confident about your sister, Astral, Tramacton reminded. Astral married your son James, and I will decide your wife's fate later. You belong to me now, Daniel. I don't love you, Alcourier. No need to try, Daniel, darling. You loved me as soon as we met. No, you used mermaid magic powers on me. Daniel had to admit that he had more feelings for Alguriel than he dared to admit. I didn't have to use magic on you, Daniel, Alguriel admits. Throw your feelings aside. Alguriel, forget this insignificant man. He's no hero. Where are your pirate comrades? Daniel Dramacton said. I killed them, Daniel lied. With one hand, you couldn't do it. You're hiding something. Why are you hiding your left hand? I have lost my left hand, thanks to the monsters. I'm not going to lose anything else, not even my life. You are pretty ugly for some kind of sea king, Dramacton. Thanks for the compliment, Daniel. I love my ugliness so much that it makes me more beautiful than any male creature in any sea of the world, said Dramacton. This is what I was hiding, said Daniel, revealing his hand. Aha! Your wife won't like that, but now I understand how you survived so long. I put it there so someone would take it. Finally, I could get a tougher opponent. All the men who came to my ocean before I was destroyed. Now it's your turn to die, Daniel. Dramacton pushes his daughter aside and approaches. No, father, shouted Alguriel, but it was clear that Dramacton's goal. But it was clear what Dramacton's goal would be. Alguriel should have taken Daniel safely to Qualarium, which would now be too late. Don't intervene in this, daughter. I will destroy him now. Not if I destroy you first, shouted Daniel, directing a laser beam at Dramacton. It pierced him, but nothing happened. The hole in left healed and Dramacton approaches. The iron hand automatically switches shooting mode, and particles flew out of the wingers. They didn't work either, but now they met in a close combat. Those beacons of yours won't kill me. Did you really think I would be such an easy opponent? Daniel didn't speak, but took out of his swords. Probably blades wouldn't help either, but he tried. Dramacton took out his spear. Swords and spears met fiercely without hits. Eventually, the spear broke Daniel's sword. Once the sword in the iron hand got deep in the Dramacton's guts. Daniel tried to grab the spear, but it gave him a strong electric shock, and power of which flew him against the wall. In a second, tentacle-like guess, I don't know how to say that, whatever, held him. And the spear at ready to strike. You are nothing. You are weak. I wanted a challenge, but even you are different from the opponent I'm looking for. This disappointment is why I came here. I am the king of the seas and no one can defeat me. I thought the power of the Iron Hand was greater. I don't know how many pirates I have defeated without this hand. And besides, I got it without being asked for permission. This hand was no magic. This hand has no magic. It comes from the future. Just like this place. Kill me already. What are you waiting for? Daniel said. Dramacton did not strike his spear at him. You mentioned the future. It made me curious. I was wondering where this popped up here 156 years ago. Unfortunately, I have not been able to fully understand the purpose of Octorania, but I have been able to utilize it. You said you haven't been here, Father. I guessed you were plotting something against as always. I guessed you were plotting something again as always. Alcuriel stated. Of course, I have been here. Wait a second, I am a little out of breath. It's very hard to read so long in English, and it's not even my mother language, so it's. I'm sure that many of you will be able to read much faster than I can, but I'm not in a hurry anyway. Of course, I have been here. I was the first to attack here. I have been here. I was the first to attack here. It was me who learned how this place works. There were many new opportunities to implement my plans. I have already told too much. I guessed you are behind everything, and it's no surprise, Father. You haven't been reliable for 1,000 years. What was even I what was I even thinking asking for your help? Before you kill me, you probably want to hear my knowledge about the future, Daniel said. He won't kill you, Alcuriel said. Because I haven't done it yet. You think I won't do it, Alcuriel. I won't tell you anything about the future, Daniel said and tried to break free from the tentacle's grip. The laser beam cut off a few tentacles, but the fun ended quickly with Ramakton's spear piercing the iron hand, causing a short circuit and his hand as no longer helpful for him. His game would be played. Just like that, now you are nothing. You offer me no challenge. It's just as well to feed you to my comrades who are waiting hungry nearby. You would have destroyed your hand. I would have destroyed your hand if you had told me something. You are just an ordinary man, nothing else. He's much more that. You just don't realize it, father. They come from the future to destroy you if I wasn't up to it. They are not even humans who you think will come to save you. I would be interested in meeting them. Neromorphous sapiens, said Daniel. Exactly. Do you want to meet those who destroyed mankind? I have found out by working in these rooms called laboratories for 97 years. I knew you were behind everything, and it's no surprise, father. What the hell? I actually have I have 2 times the same text here in a. I don't know how this error was able to get in my book, but somehow there is a little bit same dialogue again. That was weird. I mean, just be careful, I can learn your weakness, Dramakton. My weakness? I no longer have weaknesses. I can heal immediately, as you have probably noticed. Now it's time to stop talking. Alcuriel, if you want to avoid staying and watching, now is the time to leave. Go home and forget this dead man. If you try to save him now, you know that I will. You know what I will do to you, even though you're my blood. I don't recognize you anymore, father. You are a lost cause. I love Daniel. Let me take him with me, please. Like that errors earlier, I should have read my text like this before I even release the book, because this is the best way ever to learn about the errors in a text, if there is some. So it's kind of also I'm learning here when reading this. So it's not just a reading. You and your love talk. Go ahead, daughter. You can take him with you, no matter how much you beg. I love you, Daniel. I don't love you, Al-Guriel, so leave me to die, Daniel said, trying to hide his true feelings. I won't leave you, dear, Al-Guriel insisted foolishly under the spell of love. So you have decided to share the same fate with him, daughter. So be it. Al-Guriel attacked Dramacton, but the tentacles began to struggle the mermaid. It drove Daniel mad, and he too went on the attack. The iron hand hung limp like a real hand broken off. Now that it was no longer functional, he felt its weight. He picked up a sword, but now Dramacton's tentacles surrounded his neck too. Now he was holding them both in the air, and a struggling grip of the tentacles tightened threateningly. He wanted to kill them slowly, but not quickly. Look at each other one more time, the horrors of the sea said, smiling. Don't get excited yet, someone shouted in a round of them, and that voice belonged to Captain Adam Dirtybeard. He had shaved his beard off, which probably meant the Dirtybeard nickname would go away. Let them go, Robert shouted from another direction. Didn't you hear? Release them, Robin shouted in turn. We will kill you, terror of the seas, Zack added. Daniel's new pirate comrades had come to help at the last minute. It should have been guessed. They attacked simultaneously, even though they knew they couldn't win this battle. Well, my lost pirates, you've been hiding well, Dramacton said when he saw them. The pirates attacked Together, Dramacton killed Zack Shorthand with his spear. Alcuriel had thought it best to disappear in a turmoil of battle, which was a bad habit. Maybe she had just noticed something that humans didn't. Octorania had just started moving, rising towards the sea's surface. This event had scared Alcuriel. She had huge self-preservation instinct. She headed towards Gualarium. She knew that soon her home would be attacked. Octorania swung violently and men flew around. Daniel, Adam, Robert and Robin started running away like crazy. Dramacton let them go. Octorania 1 rose from the bottom of the sea like the lost Atlantis once did, or did it go other direction? I'm not sure. It wasn't invisible this time. Maybe the future was damaged. Run away, wolves! I won. Dramacton quickly forget his dream when he saw the sun. The whole facility rose to the sky rapidly, and many monsters fled to the few dark corners of the ship. The rest jumped into the sea from broken windows. It had risen so high that they would no longer survive the jump. Dramacton didn't know whether to jump off or stay out of curiosity. He hated the sun. It burned his greenish skin. But the healing power removed the burn marks. He would have to return to water very soon, even though he felt like a god. Dramacton was no god. Daniel, here I come, he said aloud, and went in the same direction where the men had run a moment ago. It was going to hunt them down no matter what. Let's see if I can maybe a little more here. Where I was. Yeah, chapter 15. Love knows no bounds. Miriam and James were still alive. Astral had taken them to safety in Gualarium. They would be disappointed if Alcuriel returned without Daniel. Some sea monsters had seized them, but the mermaids were faster swimmers than the giant sea beasts. They had been temporarily able to breathe underwater. Otherwise, they would not have survived at all. Miriam watched anxiously from a distance as her son spent time with the beautiful mermaids. Astral was also there. The guards kept eye on Miriam as she could not move freely. Her son was blinded by love. Miriam, guards, you may now leave, said Alcuriel from behind her. So you have returned, Alcuriel. This is an incredible place, but I see you have not brought my beloved Daniel with you. Yes, I'm sorry I couldn't save him from Dramacton. He is probably dead now. The whole place started rising from the sea and rose to the sky. If Daniel is alive, he's out of our reach. If we're lucky, Dramacton is also gone from the sea. I understand that you can't do everything. Daniel is not dead. I hope to get him back. We will come up with a way together. I love him too. I don't understand what love... You don't understand what love means. I don't share my husband with others. There is no rule here about how many people can be close to. You are angry in vain. Daniel can be your husband, as you call lovers on the surface. You don't own him. Daniel loves me. I am now part of his family. Your son can have all those mermaids. I won't stop it. If my sister Astral wants him, she will also take him. Over my dead body, they won't take my son from me. And you, Miriam shouted and attacked. She grabbed Alcuriel by the hair, but the guard stopped her. You are unpredictably aggressive, and such behavior does not fit into the peaceful culture of my kingdom. Guard takes her to the dungeon. You will regret this, Alcuriel. Out of my sight until tomorrow. I will come to you then, Miriam. As you wish, your evilness. I'm not evil. You are wrong about that, Miriam. Until tomorrow. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm your prisoner anyway, said Miriam. She struggled as guards took her towards the dungeon, but soon calmed down. Her only crime was aggression caused by love and jealousy, like jealous. She couldn't do anything about her feelings. She would have liked Alcuriel if she wasn't losing her husband to her. She didn't know how Daniel would love. She didn't know who Daniel would love more. Suddenly, Miriam seems to forget that conversation with Daniel at the beginning of the sea voyage when she expressed a desire to divorce. Alguriel, dear sister, said Astral upon noticing Alguriel had returned. Nice to see you too, dear Astral. Is everything okay here? Yes, Alguriel, nothing has happened. We were worried about you, but now you're back again. You look well. Don't leave me again, darling. I won't leave you anymore. I love you, Astral, she replied, and they kissed each other. The ways of mermaids were not like those of humans on dry land. Since no male creatures lived here, mermaids could well seek closeness from each other. In Kualarium, love was different. They could live with many people simultaneously. That I spelled totally wrong. That's terrible English. But whatever. No wonder the mermaids were excited about young James. Poor boy. What they would do to him. James just enjoyed being in the water with the maidens. Maidens? I mean mermaids, that's not supposed to be maidens, but whatever. And didn't understand the danger that might lurk in all this. Let's still take the chapter 16 and then I finish this time. Already reading 77 minutes, but somehow I have the energy. Chapter 16, Morptus' pet. Morptus was currently walking on the walkway with his new theme park, which crossed over the jungle. This is not Jurassic Park, but it's similar. There were dinosaurs there. The jungle looked magnificent, and the humans from the 2000 could not even dream of these dinosaurs alive. He was interested in these creatures which he had brought from their time here just before they went extinct. Everyone knows how dinosaurs disappeared from the world map, but not that Morptus took some of them to the future. Humans could not know about this, not even Morptus' creator, Dr. Isaac Eisenberg. Morptus got the idea to bring back dinosaurs just a few months after building the time machine. At first they tested the 2000s, but finally decided to send Octorania 5 so far back in time. It was not even considered possible. Keeping the time portal open for over an hour was not completely safe. Dinosaurs were well cared for, and they had the future. They had not been genetically manipulated in any way. The correct weather conditions were favorable for them. Their, their lives were limited because they were not allowed to attack anyone. Agatha Morris had so top security. There was no doubt about that. Isaac Eisenberg was a man born in 2245 who personally was creating a leader for Neuromorphous sapiens who would keep them in check. He wanted to make his a brilliant and perfect creature a intellectually superior individual. Isaac was the last senior scientist whose future vision was unparalleled. Oh my god. Unparalleled. Oh my god. He tried to build a time machine for years without success. But still he achieved a lot during his lifetime. Morpheus went to Tyrannosaurus Rex and greatly admired this magnificent individual. I personally hate to say T-Rex, so I always say the Tyrannosaurus Rex. The T-Rex is so stupid short name, like very stupid. Yeah. Or it's everyone's opinion. Here was one of those huge predators that would have quickly doomed Homo sapiens to extinction if they had avoided their own extinction. He could easily change it anytime, but it would change the history too much. He jumped on its back and could control it, and there was no fear that something would happen. He could probably train it as a mount for himself, but that was not yet certain. Rex 674 behaves well. No hostile behavior had been detected so far. Aggression suppressors work excellently. Do you want to continue? Reported KJX 288. This is so great. I dare not promise dinosaurs as pets to citizens yet. Safety must be ensured. The safety percentage is in Agatha Morris is currently 86.9. According to my calculations, taking dinosaurs as pets will drop the safety percentage to an alarming level of 11.4. It is not recommended. I am more in favor of a theme park where everyone can go to see them and no unnecessary danger is caused to anyone. In that case, the safety percentage will also remain at 86.9 in the future. KGX, does it pose a danger if I take this individual as a pet? No one can stop you. You are the leader. I urge you to reconsider Morptus. Rex is a great risk. If it eats you, it's bad for everyone. Who is the attacker? Something other than human. Unfortunately, I cannot say for sure until I get to investigate, or maybe Scamiras will tell. She may already be dead, but Octorania 1 must be returned here by any means necessary. Its insignificance to my agency organization, Quartur Corporation, is immeasurable. QC can manage without it as long as we avoid the significant drop in the safety percentage. To hell with the percentages. They're just the numbers. Tyrannosaurus Rex began to get restless. It didn't like the raise of tone of voice. Rex 674 is about to get nervous. Your safety percentage is starting to decline. This was it for now. Maybe it's best to leave it to eat lunch now. Morptus left the Tyrannosaurus Rex and left the walkway using his fast light speeder. Alright, don't read the whole book at once, at least. That's too heavy. So bye bye. And the next video is about coming chapter 17, new allies. Allies. Oh my god. Anyway.